Hello, Miss Elda. Today I want to present about the REA data model. My name is Rifalo Tandung, class LH11. Database design process. Data modeling is the relationship of each of the key elements of the organization environment. The objective is to explicitly capture and store data about every business activity the organization wishes to plan, control, or evaluate. There are 5 basic stages to database design process. System analysis is the interface users needs, assess feasibility of developing a new system, defines scope of the new system, and makes preliminary decision on hardware and software requirements. To conceptual design is developing the different schema for the new system. 3. Physical design. Translate the internal level schema into the actual database structure. 4. Implementation and conversion. Includes all activities associated with transferring data from existing system to the new database, testing the new system, and training on how to use the new system. 5. Use and maintenance of new system, monitoring system performance and user satisfaction of new system. Accountants need to be involved in the implementation of new system as they understand information, how to control it and use it to report to management the performance of the organization. In addition, accountants can provide management with evaluation of feasibility of the project and can estimate the return on investment. Entity relationship diagrams. Entity relationship diagram, or ERD, is a graphical model for entity relationship diagrams. An entity is anything that organization want to collect and store information. REA diagram are ER diagrams specifically designed for eyes, a graphical of database showing the various entities being modeled and the important relationship between them. For eyes database design, the decision is understanding what entities should be included. Entity relationship diagram. Panel A is sales to item to inventory. Panel B, sales to inventory. Panel C, invoice number, date, amount to sales, sales to inventory, and inventory item to item number, description, and list price. Panel D is the same as panel C but in table form. As ER diagrams can despite anything that the organization want to collect information on. It is important from a design perspective to understand the sub model. The REA data model. REA data model, a model used to design ICE database. It contains information about 3 fundamental types of entities: resource, event, and agents. Resource, things that have economic value to organization. Example, like inventory or cash. Events, various business activities that management want to collect information on. 3. Against people and organizations that participate in events. Example, like employees and external. Structuring relationship, the basic REA template. The basic REA template is a pattern that will despite a business transition such that 1. Each event is linked to at least one resource that it affects, can increase or decrease the resource. 2. Each event is linked to at least one other event. This is a give to get duality, give goods to get cash for sell cycle, get goods to give cash for expenditure cycle. 3. Each event is linked to at least two participant agents. The lines linking the entity box in the template show that the two entities are related. Example, resource A is increased with the get event of resource A. Structuring relationship the basic REA template. Resource A inflow get resource A participant internal again get resource A participation external again participation give resource B get resource A economic duality give resource B give resource B participation internal again give resource B outflow resource B. The structuring relationship, the basic REA template. Give inventory to get cash is the revenue cycle. Expenditure cycle, give cash to get inventory. Payroll cycle, give cash to get employee time. Financing cycle, give cash to get cash. Production cycle, give employee time, give raw material, give machinery and equipment to get inventory. And is viewed as set of give to get exchange. Developing a REA diagram. Identify relevant event. Get to get, exchange, economic duality, identify resource and agents. Resource reduced in give event, resource acquired in give event. Determine cardinalities of relationships, nature of the relationship between the two entities. The uniqueness of an REA diagram is that each organization has its own REA diagram. Developing a REA diagram. For example, chapter 12 explains that the revenue cycle typically consists of four sequential activities. 1. Take customer orders. 2. Fill customer orders. 3. Bill customer. 4. Collect payment from customers. This is a diagram per TLREA diagram for Fred's train shop revenue cycle. Cardinality notation methods. Cardinalities describe the nature of a database relationship, indicating the number of recurrence of one entity that may be associated with a single occurrence of other entity. Three types of cardinalities are one-to-one, one-to-many, and many-to-many. Cardinality notation methods. Symbol. This is a symbol. Yeah. Cardinality notation methods. This is an alternative method to represent cardinality information. Three types of relationship. One, a one-to-one relationship. Two, a one-to-many relationship. Three, a many-to-many relationship. Panel A, a one-to-one relationship. Sell to receive cash. Panel B, a one-to-many relationship. Sell to receive cash. Panel C, opposite of one to many relationship, cells to receive class, analogy a many to many relationship cell to receive class. Integrating REA diagrams across cycle. Combining REA diagrams, individual REA diagrams can be combined to form an integrated REA diagram by merging redundant resource entities. Example, inventory is accrued in expenditure cycle, reduced in the sales cycle. Merging redundant event entities. Example, disbursed cash event appears in the expenditure cycle and payroll cycle. If you have separate REA diagrams for the revenue and expenditure cycle, what are the two resources that each diagram has in common? You can look at figures 18 to 1 and 18 to 2 if you need to. The answer is inventory cash are the two that are in common with the two REA diagrams. Integrated REA diagrams rules. Every event must be linked to at least one resource. Every event must be linked to two agents who participate in that event. Every event that involves the disposition of resource must be linked to an event that involves the acquisition of a resource. Every resource must be linked to at least one event that increments that resource and to at least one of that decrements that resource. If event A can be linked to more than one other event, but cannot be linked simultaneously to all of those other events, then the REA diagram show that event A is linked to a minimum of 0 of each of the other events. If an event can be linked to any one of a set of agents, that the REA diagram should show that event is linked to minimum of 0 of each those agents. Freight train shop revenue cycle. This is the diagrams. Freight train shop expander cycle. This is the diagram. Freight train shop payroll cycle. This is a diagram. Integrated REA diagram for freight train shop. This is the diagram. Implementing an REA diagram in a relational database. Create tables for each distinct entity and MN relationship. Assign attributes to each table. Identify primary keys, concatenate keys for MN relationship table. Use for join keys to implement one by one N relationships. Using REA diagrams to retrieve information from a database. Journal. Information contained in event tables, ledgers. Information contained in resource table. Financial statements. Information contained in resource and events using a set of queries. Management reports, financial and non-financial information. And this is my presentation. Thank you.